Hi guys, my name's Stacey Sharp and welcome to the Pilates Collective TV. Today we're going to work on inner thighs and also a little bit of lower abdominals. This is a really great workout if you really want to hit that lower triangle target area, but also if you are recovering from postnatal or any diastasis recti, this is really great activation exercises for that deeper central line to try and draw everything in. So it's a really good 20-minute booster to just add into your regime to help get everything just reactivated and strengthened again. Okay, so we're going to get started. We want your foot bar in normal footwork position, which is about stopper 4. If you're on a different kind of reformer, just put it into your normal footwork position. And we're going to start just with a little bit of leg work just to warm up around those hips. So I want you to pop on either 3 red springs, or if you've got one of our Pilates Collective reformers, 2 reds and 2 greens. Okay, so just go ahead and do that now. Okay guys, so in addition to our foot bar settings and our springs, I want you to make sure you've got one of the following accessories. Now ideally you want a fitness circle. However, if you don't have a fitness circle, you can grab a block or even a stability ball, small stability ball. All failing those, just grab a cushion from the house, okay? So all it is just feedback for those inner thighs. The circle is great because we're going to work with a little bit of the resistance of the circle. However, if you don't have the circle, the squeezes we do, you can just do into the block or the cushion. It's just not quite as comfortable, but works all the same. You can get these on the Pilates Collective, so pop on and grab yourselves one if you need one. Okay, so we're going to lie down. We're going to start with our footwork. So just lying down onto our backs, head rest up or down as you prefer, guys. So if you're a little bit tight in your neck and your upper shoulders, just pop that head rest up. Okay, so we're just going to start just with a nice little bit of breath work and our pelvic floor abdominal activation. So I just want you to place your fingers just inside the hip bones here. Okay, and all we're going to do is take a nice deep breath in through our nose. Really feel the rib cage expand. Nice deep exhale out. Now this time let's bring in our pelvic floor, so deep breath in. Zip up in between the legs, up into your belly. Feel that connection now into your fingers. And then exhale out. 2 more times for me, guys. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Last one. Okay, so now we're just going to go into some nice pelvic tilts. So keeping those ribs nice and stable, guys. Just place your hands onto your ribs so you can feel exactly what your rib cage is doing. We want to wrap them in a little bit so you'll feel them just draw heavier into the carriage. Now, tailbone nice and heavy. You should have a little space for a grape just under that lower back. And then you're going to exhale, just tuck that tailbone under and just feel that nice scoop of the belly just drawing in, just nice and active into those lower abs. And then inhale, just let that tailbone relax back down. And exhale to scoop. And inhale to release. And exhale to scoop. Just feel that nice zipping sensation. Feel that activation of pulling up into those inner thighs. And just one more. Exhale to scoop. And inhale, release it back down. Lovely. Now, Sitting bones nice and heavy, heels are on the edges of that foot bar. We're going to take a deep breath in to prepare, and exhale, just press that carriage out. Lovely, and then just draw it back in. And exhale to press, inhale back in. Exhale and press, inhale and in. 2 more, exhale and press, inhale and in. Last one now. Back in now. We're going to go into a little stir the pot. So, still in our lateral, you're just going to press out. We're going to rotate those toes and knees in and then draw the carriage in. Now, as you draw the carriage in, get those knees to connect, squeeze those inner thighs, and then rotate back out. Press the carriage out. Rotate those knees and toes in. Try and get it to come from the hips, guys. Don't let the knees roll in. We want to feel that rotation coming deep from in that hip socket, okay, that hip joint. So pressing out in the lateral, that means knees and toes out, guys. Pulling in the medial, that means knees and toes in. Rotate out and rotate in. Let's reverse it now. So press away in that medial, start with the knees together, rotate out and then bending in. Let's do that again. Rotate, get those knees to touch, squeeze those inner thighs as you press away, rotate out, pull in. Let's just have 2 more here, guys. Rotate in, pressing out, rotate out, and pull in. One last time for me. Rotate in, pressing away, rotate out, and pulling in. Awesome, well done, guys. Okay, so let's bring ourselves up for a moment. And you're just going to take the springs down to feet in straps resistance now. So ideally on our Pilates Collective reformers, you want 1 red and 1 green. If you're on a different kind of reformer, you might want around 2 reds or similar, okay? So just pop a couple of springs off. And just grab your circle so it's handy. And then we're going to go to feet in straps. So getting the feet in straps when you've got your circle and you're by yourself, I always just place the circle onto my tummy, grab hold of my big hoops, push the carriage away with both feet, bring 1 foot up into tabletop. Make sure you feel nice and stable in that strap leg, guys, before you lift the other leg, okay? And then when you're ready, bring that other leg up, pop that strap around the foot. Okay, so we've got our circle or ball or cushion, whatever you've got handy. And we're going to pop that now between our ankles. So you'll see here you've got some nice cushiony bits. That's where to pop it onto your ankle, okay? Just to make it as comfortable as possible. And we're going to make sure our feet and knees are nice and straight, what we call parallel, okay? So you want them nice and straight, pointing up to the ceiling. Now, bending the knees in 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Sitting bones are nice and heavy. Ribs are nice and heavy. So we're thinking about the entire pelvis and spine, just as we're pressing out and in. Nothing too heavy through these legs yet, guys. You will feel those inner thighs working a little bit to stabilize that circle, okay? So you should feel a little bit of work happening there just now, but we're simply just pressing in and out, controlling that nice traction of the legs with the inner thighs, because we've got to keep hold of that circle, okay? Press out and in. And let's just go 1 more time. I want you to hold it out there now. Keep those feet nice and parallel, guys. Just have a little check. Are your toes still straight up to the ceiling? You're going to give me 10 little squeezes into that circle. So 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Now let's go into some nice lift and lowers, still in that parallel. Sitting bones really heavy, guys. I don't want any pelvises lifting off that carriage. Just go to where you get a nice stretch in those hamstrings and pressing down. Now, lower tummy should be working hard a little bit now as well because of this stability into the circle. So think about that pelvic floor. We're stabilizing this pelvis. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, press down. Just keep that going for me, guys. Feet nice and parallel. Okay, so how this works into this lower tummy, we're working through our deep center line. It's like a fascial line that goes all the way through the deeper center of your body. It goes from all the way from the arches to the feet up till to the top of the head. Okay, and we're just activating all the way through. That's why using this lower belly is just as active when we're using these inner thighs. Okay, so let's just go one more here. Now, I want you to lengthen the legs up to the ceiling. Sitting bones nice and heavy. Give me 10 little squeezes again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Now, bend those knees in. Just grab the circle a second. Just have a little mini break there. Just let those inner thighs just release off a tiny little bit. However, we are not done here yet, guys. This is an inner thigh burn. So, I give what I promise. So we're going to this time turn the knees and toes out into lateral. So toes are apart like a V shape and the knees will go with that, okay? Make sure we got that circle with the ankles. And again, we're just going to press in and out. Slightly different part of that inner thigh now, okay? So different part of the adductor. Ribs and tummy still nice and stable. And again, we're just stabilizing that circle just now, not super squeezing, just pressing out and in. Okay, should feel a little bit deeper in those inner thighs now. And just give me one more here. Let's press it out and hold it, still wrapping out into the outsides of those feet. And let's squeeze into that circle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Let's take it up to the ceiling. And exhale, pressing down. And inhale up. Sitting bones still nice and heavy, guys. We are still not peeling this pelvis off this carriage. This is inner thigh burn. Exhale and press. Inhale and up. And exhale and press. Inhale and up. One more time. Exhale and press. Now, let's inhale, lengthen up, sitting bones nice and heavy. We're going to squeeze into that circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. Those inner thighs should be on fire. Bend those knees in. We're going to take that circle out. Just let it rest onto your tummy. Well done. And now let's just go into some big circles with those legs. Just release off those inner thighs a tiny little bit. Well done, guys. Inhale up and exhale out and round. Just give me one more in that direction. Again, just thinking about your pelvis, guys, making sure it's nice and stable. If you feel like you're rolling around, use your tummy to stabilize so we can get an effective stretch. And press down one more time for me, out and round. And pressing down. Well done, guys. Bend those knees in and let's very carefully take those feet out of the straps. Just bring one foot onto the foot bar and then bring the other foot out and carefully draw into the stopper. Well done, guys. Okay, you can pop your circle to one side for now. And I want you to go down to a yellow spring. If you are super strong in your lower abs and upper body, then you can go to a green, but I always think a yellow is just really nice for that lower tummy activation. We're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position, hands and knees. Knees are going to be in front of the shoulder blocks. The hands are going to come directly beneath the shoulders just to start with. So let's just rock our pelvis forwards and backwards first. I don't want you to move your upper body. I want you to really just focus on where your tailbone is, okay? So let those sitting bones separate and then exhale, just scoop in and just feel that lower tummy just really drawing in. Inhale, release, and exhale to scoop. Inhale, release, exhale to scoop. Inhale, release. And now let's take it into a full cat stretch. Just rounding up, take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, lengthen out tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back and head. Let's do that 2 more times. Tuck that tailbone, scoop and round. Lifting up, nice deep breath in. And lengthen out bum, lower back, mid back, upper back and head. And we're going to go 1 more time. Exhale to scoop round. Inhale. And exhale, lengthen out to that neutral. Lovely. Let's just walk those hands a couple of inches forwards now, guys, and bring your upper body over the hands. So your knees are slightly behind the pelvis now. Now, really strong upper body. I don't want these shoulders to collapse. So really think about pushing away from those hands, drawing that chin in and back. So you're really stable in that upper body, okay? Now, all you're going to do is exhale, just tuck those knees underneath. Inhale, release it back. Exhale to tuck. Inhale and release. Exhale and tuck. Inhale, release. Exhale and tuck. Inhale, release. Give me 3 more. And 2. And 1. Well done, guys. Sit your bottom back onto your heels. Just take a little shell stretch. Well done. Let's carefully stack that spine up bone by bone. And bring those shoulders back and down. Lovely stuff, guys. So let's get back to our inner thighs. Okay, so we're going to come up and do some standing split work. So carefully bring yourselves off the carriage. You should have your platform extender on. If you don't, then just quickly pop that on. And we're going to lower the foot bar all the way down. Now, you should be on a yellow already. If you did go higher with the lower abdominal resistance, then just pop your yellow spring on, because we want to be on the lightest spring possible so that we can get deep into these inner thighs, okay? So, very carefully getting onto the reformer, we always stand onto the non-moving part. So, 1 foot on, and then other foot on, okay? Then we step onto the carriage. So 1 foot either side of the gap. You see how easily it moves when it's on a light spring. Just be careful, guys. Nice and slow. Okay, I think I've chopped my head off, but we're going to go with it because it's not really my head that matters here. Okay, so now let's just rock that pelvis again forwards and backwards, because this is really important, guys, when going into these inner thighs. Okay, because we don't want to dip. We don't want the tailbone to stick out and the hip bones to drop down, because then we're putting pressure into this lower back. We want to keep that little tail tuck so your hip bones are pulling up to your ribs. That is going to hit more into our lower abs and suck our inner thighs up. Okay, so we need to think about drawing those inner thighs up into this lower belly, not going hip flexors lower back. So really important, guys. Keep nice and tall, rib to hip, scooping in, okay? So, nice parallel feet. Just get your big toe, your little toe and your heel to all touch into the carriage. And we're just going to take it out, both legs nice and equal. Take your time with this, guys. If you've not done it before, don't go too wide for your first couple, because the challenge is the pulling back in. So it's easy to press out, but challenging to pull back in. So take your time with it, okay? Go as wide as you feel comfortable, and then all the way back in. Now, if you're like me and you've got good range and strength, you can bring your foot more into the center. It's a bit more challenging, but go with what feels good for you, guys. Only go within your range, okay? Squeezing and pulling back up. So like I say, really think about that zipping all the way through those inner thighs. Inhale and exhale. Make sure that carriage comes all the way back to that stopper, guys. I want that full range. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to go into a little challenge. Okay, if you've got your foot halfway across like me, just bring it back to the edge, okay? Now, Keep that carriage in at the stopper, don't let it move. We're going to squeeze those inner thighs so it doesn't move. You're just going to come up onto those tippy toes. And then bring those hands back down. Well done, guys. Let's turn and do the other side. Okay guys, so now you've very carefully turned yourself around. We're going to do exactly the same thing. If you had your feet wider, please go back to the wide position. We need to make sure the pelvis is worked equally on both sides. Okay, so when you are ready, let's start to press out. And we're just going to take it out, both legs nice and equal. Take your time with this, guys. Again, if you've not done it before, don't go too wide for your first couple, because the challenge is the pulling back in. So it's easy to press out, but challenging to pull back in. So take your time with it, okay? Go as wide as you feel comfortable, and then all the way back in. Again, if you've got good range and strength, you can bring your foot more into the center. It's a bit more challenging, but go with what feels good for you, guys. Only go within your range, okay? Squeezing and pulling back up. So like I say, really think about that zipping all the way through those inner thighs. Inhale and exhale. Make sure that carriage comes all the way back to that stopper, guys. I want that full range. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so back to our little challenge. Okay, if you've got your foot halfway across like me, just bring it back to the edge. Okay, now keep that carriage in at the stopper, don't let it move. We're going to squeeze those inner thighs so it doesn't move. You're just going to come up onto those tippy toes and then bring those hands back down. Well done, guys. Okay guys, very well done. That is your inner thigh and lower tummy burn done. We're going to finish off just with a nice deep inner thigh stretch. So all I want you to do is place one red spring back onto the reformer. Bring your yellow spring off. Now we're going to make sure our feet are both lateral, okay? So standing at the side of the reformer, and then I want your toes up against the shoulder block. Okay, we're just going to press out, just come out to where you feel that nice bit of stretch, and then bending back in. Now just be mindful of your knees, guys. Make sure you're not locking out. Press out and reach. Lovely. Just get that nice deep inner thigh stretch, nice and stable. If you are sliding a bit in case you're on carpet or anything, you can put your foot bar up and just hold on to the foot bar if you need to, okay? Just to give yourself a little bit of something to stabilize with. Otherwise, the foot bar down is fine. Lovely. Now, bend back in. You're going to rotate those toes forwards for me. So, bottom of the foot now is against the shoulder block. We're going to bring one hand to the opposite edge of the reformer and the other hand onto the platform extender. Now, press out as wide as you feel comfortable. What is really important here, guys, is that your spine stays neutral, okay? No rounding, just really lengthen. Think about flaring those sitting bones out behind you. So really reaching away with that tailbone. And exhale to press out, reach as much as you can, guys. You're going to give me one more here. Let's take it out, reach, hold it. Just take a nice deep breath in and out. One more time, in and exhale. Draw that carriage back in. Come and stand up to the side very carefully. And let's just do the other side. So just around the other side of the reformer, guys, opposite leg. Okay, so standing at the side of the reformer, and again, I want your toes up against the shoulder block. Okay, we're just going to press out, just come out to where you feel that nice bit of stretch. And then bending back in. Again, just be mindful of your knees, guys. Make sure you're not locking out. Press out and reach. Lovely. Just get that nice deep inner thigh stretch, nice and stable. Lovely. Now, bend back in. You're going to rotate those toes forwards for me. So bottom of the foot now is against the shoulder block. We're going to bring one hand to the opposite edge of the reformer and the other hand onto the platform extender. Now, press out as wide as you feel comfortable. What is really important here, guys, is that your spine stays neutral, okay? No rounding, just really lengthen. Think about flaring those sitting bones out behind you. So really reaching away with that tailbone. And exhale, 2, press out, reach as much as you can, guys. You're gonna give me one more here. Let's take it out, reach, hold it. Just take a nice deep breath in and out. One more time, in and exhale. Draw that carriage back in. Okay, so well done, guys. You are done for the day. Let's just take a nice big stretch up to the ceiling. Just take hold of one hand, reach up and over. And then over to the other side. And let's just take a little roll down. Just let that head and chest just dangle. And then carefully rolling back up. And shoulders back and down. Thanks very much, guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to comment if there's anything particular that you want me to record. I'm doing videos every single week, and I'm always trying to bring you what it is that you want, including any teaching points, any tips. If there's anything like that you want me to bring in or do some short videos, please just comment away and I'll be happy to help wherever I can. Have a great day, guys.